Napa know-how.
A Napa guy knows that by the foot, there's no better ride than an old station wagon. Room for 6 people facing forward, 2 people facing backward, and a whole lot of luggage, lumber, and bicycles haphazardly strapped to the roof. If you can parallel park that beast, you can park anything. And with some quality parts and a little Napa know-how, you can keep your land ship running longer, stronger. It's not obsolete. It's a rare treasure. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how. We are the New York Knicks. I'm back in New York. Well, it's the Knicks. New York. We are the New York Knicks. New York. For this new season we're about to enter, the Knicks is taking no shorts, just like winter. New York, New York.
New York be about the Knicks, huh?
But the best thing about New York City is
K-N-I-C-K-S.
Everybody say go New York, go New York, go!
Hey, it's the New York Knicks podcast, episode 313. And we are now in the second week of the NBA season.
Yes, 313, the ultimate lucky number, because it has 2 3s and 113.
So, yes. That
I have a question for you, Jay.
Mhm.
Have you seen those DirecTV commercials where it's like Rob Lowe, and he's like, this is Rob Lowe on DirecTV, and this is Rob Lowe without DirecTV, and he's like a homeless, like...
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they should do the exact same thing with LeBron James. They should go, this is LeBron James, NBA MVP, and he has like his beard or whatever. And then they should the exact same picture. He can have the MVP trophy even, and just all it is, they get rid of the beard and just have his mustache. They say, this is LeBron, pedophile. Doesn't he look kind of like a pedophile? Or he could star in porn and people will be fine with it?
not as much as Kevin Love does.
I don't know. I feel like you can have a mustache with a beard, but just a mustache, you're not going to bring that back, LeBron. No one's going to copy you.
Yeah, did you see Kevin Love?
What is his look? I didn't notice the LeBron thing I couldn't get over as much.
No, Kevin Love's was even worse.
He looks like he should have a van, a white van.
Yeah.
What's with that team? Why? Whatever. The Knicks are now 2-3, matching last season's record of 2-3. So we're on pace to be as good as that team. Go Knicks, go Knicks, go! This is going to be a great year. We're at least going to be as good as last year.
So last episode we recorded during the Hawks game.
Yeah,
But they were getting blown out, so we knew we were going to lose that. So basically we went 1-2 since last episode.
yeah. So I found I have some ways to before we get too in depth. I figured out ways to. I made a top 5 list. Jay, did you make your top 5 list?
I did not, no.
Oh, okay, great. Way to contribute to the show. Anyway, I made a top 5 list of ways to fix the Knicks.
You know what? You could go to class 4 days a week, and then I'll write a top 5 list.
Oh, you want to raise 2 kids?
Touche. At least you have help with that.
Have you raised 2 kids before?
No, but I have a cat, and that's just like having a kid.
Exactly. The exact same thing.
Don't you hate when you work with people like that? Like, I know what it's like
used
to have
somebody I
kids.
work with. Oh my God, she'd always be like, "Yeah, Mike." I wouldn't even say anything because I know people will say these things, and you're like, "You're just a moron." But they'd be like, "She's like, my cat woke me up at like twice last night, so it's just like me having a kid." No, it's not. Shut the fuck up.
You know, Rob from the X-Men podcast, somebody did that to his co-host, and his co-host said, like, don't compare your pets to kids. Like, just don't do that. He, like, called her out on it. He's like, it's not the same, don't do that.
It's one of those things that's like, I'm trying to think of a good way to compare it. It would be, I don't
like comparing a chef to you making mac and cheese.
It'd be like saying, I have this pet rock. It's just like having a kid. It's the same equivalent of you saying I have a pet and I have a kid. It's just such a different level. It's just different. It'd be like saying I have an apple and like this lobster's great. You're holding an apple. Same thing. I don't know. I don't have a great comparison here. It's just like a different. When people say that, because the woman who said it was older without kids, and she says, and you're like, oh, maybe you're just barren. And I don't want to make a comment and make you cry, so I'm gonna just let this go.
We should talk about basketball.
Yeah. So I had a top 5 ways to fix the Knicks, and I was gonna say top 5 ways to make the Knicks better, but fix the Knicks sounds better since James Dolan wrote a song with the same name. My wife is now walking in. She's going to be on the show. Do you want to talk about the Knicks? Man the street. What's the? What do you need? Oh God. Okay, tell me how are we going to make the Knicks better, honey? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Everyone sees you. We have a camera. Actually, people see you now. Okay.
Are you gonna? You're not gonna believe the room crashed. They're gonna be so mad.
Are you kidding or not?
I'm not kidding.
Oh, I thought you were just making a joke.
No, I'm not kidding.
Wait, people missed everything we said?
No. I'm still recording at home, but the live room crashed.
Oh, my wife made a guest appearance.
They're not even gonna believe she came in.
Oh my God, I can't believe she came in. Anyway, I'm surprised actually she even puts up with this. But anyway, top 5 ways to fix the Knicks, Jay. Number 1. Yeah, what's number 1 on your list?
I don't.
God damn it, Jay! You still didn't make your list?
No,
okay.
I still didn't make my list.
So my number one way to fix the Knicks, and top 5, no particular order here. Number 1, and I'm not sure if the NBA. Do we have a stats guy this episode?
Oh my God, I forgot.
You're the worst, Jay. Did someone email us and say they wanted to be a stats guy, and then they emailed us again, and you still didn't put them on?
Oh, I did tell him to call, and he didn't call.
Oh God! How about top 5 ways to fix the Knicks podcast? How's that, Jay? Number 1. Follow through on stats guys. Anyway, if we had a stats guy, I could ask him this question.
We for the people who are in the chat room that crashed, it's back up, and Mark's wife walked in while it was down, and I'm not even joking.
She said hi and everything. She waved. Anyway, she's probably not going to come back in.
We're gonna get so many angry comments in a minute.
Okay, so I'm not sure the NBA will allow this, and I'm not sure the rules. The stat guy, I don't know, Jay, how well you know the rules, but can we attach maybe a bracelet or something to Melo that would shock him every time he goes to take an off balance shot or tries to score when 3 guys are covering him?
Ooh, yeah. You're allowed to wear bracelets, right?
Yeah, if we could shock him every time, eventually he would just take high percentage shots and be the player we want and not the player we have. Number 2, we should send Jose Calderon to back to whatever European team Sasha Vucevic. How do you pronounce that? Vucevic, whatever. We should send him back to whatever European team Vucevic was playing on and tell them he was the player to be named later in the trade we made with them. And when they say, no, Sasha just signed with you, we'll say, it was a trade. Now take Calderon. Number 3, while over making the trade, give them Sasha as well. Number 4, next time we're playing a close game, and the other team goes on a run and looks like the game's going to get out of hand, Fisher should call timeout and give Tibbs his job.
Yes, I like that one.
Yes, if Thibodeau could just take over at some point, I cannot stand having Fisher as my coach anymore. It's not fair. Number 5, we should have it's Back to the Future here, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. That was last week, right?
They were in the future, and it's the same year or whatever. So we should team up Phil Jackson with Doc Brown, and he can go back in time and sign some goddamn adequate guards in the offseason instead of what we have now.
It's so bad.
We said this was going to be bad, and it is. I mean, we said one injury, and we're so screwed. And a Flawed injured, we're so screwed to start the year. This is Nick luck. Anyway, I had another thing I wanted to mention to you guys. So along the same lines of the Knicks, here's the question. Are we playing right now to get better as a team, or are we playing to win games? What do you prefer?
I prefer to just get better as a team, but we're playing to win games because we don't have a draft pick.
Well, I mean, but that doesn't...
Steven just wrote that the Raptors were going to be getting Denver's draft pick at number 14 if the season were to end today.
Hey, Steven, if you bring up the Barks trade again, I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to come to Toronto. So here's the thing. I'm thinking along about the New York Mets. And I know you hate baseball. Screw you. The New York Mets had a plan to rebuild. Their team was falling apart. They had to rebuild their minor league system and rebuild. And they said, we're going to be bad for like 5 years and then start to get better.
Yeah.
And they were bad. And it ended up being, they said it was going to be 2014. We're going to start competing. It ended up being 2015 instead. But they had a bunch of years where they were under 500, did not compete. The season seemed over by mid-season always. And then they made the quantum leap and went from bad to being in the World Series. They didn't win it all, but now we have a bright future, sunglasses at night, bright future. Is it worth just working on, hey, who cares if we got a draft pick or not? Let's just work on figuring out a way to make these guys mesh and play better and consider every game more like practice than winning.
Yeah, I mean, that would be nice.
So we can make that quantum leap. And, it may not be in the Melo era, but if Porzingis progresses the way we're all hoping he is and the potential he has, we could be a stud in a few years, and we could make the jump from bad, maybe 8th seed to like NBA Finals one year.
Yeah, I mean, we have enough young pieces to do that.
Yeah, Grant's going to get better. Porzingis is going to be a Porzingod. We're going to get some other pieces along the way. This could be a really good team eventually. Just probably not. It may not work out in the Melo era.
Well, I mean, the cap's going up.
Yeah, we can sign more players. So maybe it'll improve faster. But the keys seem to be having Porzingis figure out how to use Porzingis correctly and having him get better. He looks like he could dominate the game at times.
Yeah, he's there's at least one wow moment every game, which is nice.
Yeah, and you can see if they keep feeding him the ball, he'll get better and better, and he has to get past the dumb fouls and learn the game better. And he's not going to make this jump this year. But if he stays healthy and Melo just stops jumping on vital organs, trying to kill him, he could be a really good player in a few years.
Yeah.
So that makes me excited. What doesn't make me excited is the present and going through this, because as a Met fan, going through the misery of 5 or 6 years of just terrible baseball was really, really tough. And I feel like this year is going to be it's going to be a tougher year than I anticipated.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, I'd rather knowing all right, we're going to suck for a few years and then we're going to be good, rather than doing what we're doing, which is just suck for 15 years.
I feel like if Melo wasn't on the roster, you would just say, hey, we're just going to be a young team getting better, and this is cool. It's the fact that Melo's on the roster, and no fault. Forget it. We just feel like Melo's we have to do better now because Melo's in the team.
Yeah.
And we should. It also doesn't help that Melo is definitely not 100% and is shooting horrendous.
Which I don't get, because he looked 100% in preseason. He was shooting 75%. And
Let
now
me
he's
get all my high percentage shooting games in the preseason out of the way, and I'll just screw it up going forward.
And now he's my legs aren't under me. I'm like, well, they were 3 weeks ago. So how are they not now?
I mean, to a certain extent, also he's trying to force it, and you're like, you don't even need to force it. The guys around you have shown they can actually score. You could feed the ball to Porzingis, pass to you have a lot of guys in this team that could score also.
Quinn and Seraphin got some serious post moves. We don't need 20-foot contested turnaround jumpers.
Yeah, you could even pick and roll with Robin Lopez. That's what we don't need. We don't need your crazy off balance 20-foot jump. We don't need a 20-foot jumper from anyone ever. That just shouldn't be we don't have to go to the extreme of Houston, but just stop doing that.
Yeah.
And we don't need the turnover. At least once a game a turnover happens, because the team, the guy whoever's driven the ball is okay, I got to give it to Melo. Everyone knows I'm giving it to Melo. Oh, here it goes to Melo. Oh, the other team takes it. LeBron.
All right. So as you may have noticed, Mark's mic sounds like complete shit. So I've
been talking for 15 minutes, and Jay I thought we had a good start to the show, and Jay is telling, the start of the show sucked because we couldn't hear you. Or if you have an idea for a headset I should get for using Skype to do this show, could you send me a link to it, post it wherever, email us, and I'll buy it. I need a better microphone. I'm not even asking for money. I'm just asking for suggestions.
There you go. All right. So we've had.
Oh God.
I'm
just annoyed now. The Knicks suck. My microphone sucks. Does it sound okay now?
It sounds okay now.
Why did you let it go for so long?
Because it started off and then it got progressively worse. It didn't start.
What happens?
I don't know. It's it's kind of you're
not
talking.
What actually happened. What do you hear?
Oh, let me try and recreate it.
No, don't. I don't want to hear it. But
Mark's talking about the Knicks, and then it sounds like his voice fades, and then it gets really loud again, and then Mark's voice is fading, and then it's loud again. That's what it sounds like.
Oh, that's what it sounds like?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know what to buy. I don't want to buy a $500 microphone either. Just send me some kind of link Steven, if you know in the chat room, send me. I will order it. I will go on Amazon. Just send me the Amazon link. I'll order on Amazon. We get Amazon Prime. I'll have it here in 2 days.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, I don't even want to talk anymore. Screw you.
Okay, so back to the show. Do you want to go over the games real quick and then go to the questions?
I want to dial a phone number.
Oh, that works. All right, that's fine.
I was told we need to call this restaurant again. Bamboo Bistro. We tried them last time. They didn't pick up the phone. We were asked to try again and let it ring a couple more extra times.
Okay.
Okay, you ready? 512
Mm-hmm.
821 0022.
All right. This is our Man on the Street segment.
Man on the street.
I mean, how many times did he say? Because an entire
Thank you for
episode.
calling Bamboo Bistro. How may I help you?
Hi. I was interested to know, do you have any understanding of why Jose Calderon can't seem to guard anyone?
Say again?
Why are all the point guards on other teams, guards, everyone blowing by Jose Calderon?
One more time? I don't understand you.
Jose Calderon. He plays point guard for the Knicks. Why can't he guard anyone? Okay, do you think Porzingis is going to be good?
I don't understand your question.
Okay, do you think Carmelo Anthony sat on Porzingis' neck? Was that an accident, or is Carmelo jealous from the attention Porzingis is getting?
I can barely hear you.
Do you think?
Hello?
Hi. Do you think the Knicks are going to be good this year?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think they're going to make the playoffs?
Absolutely. They have to.
They have to, don't they?
Yeah.
Do you think Porzingis is going to be an all-star?
Yes.
Oh, great. Who's your favorite player?
They're all my favorite because I'm from New York and I love New York Knicks.
Oh, awesome. Do you think was Derek Fisher wrong for sleeping with Matt Barnes' wife?
I can't hear you going out on me.
Was Derek Fisher wrong for sleeping with Matt Barnes'
You're
wife?
going out on me.
Was Derek Fisher wrong for sleeping with Matt Barnes' wife?
Hello?
Jay.
So, yeah, even she knows your mic sucks.
Oh my God, we can't even do a bit with this. This is awful.
See, it's not just me.
No, it's the man in the street thinks my microphone's awful. I don't know how to fix this for the episode.
We're just gonna have to push through, and apparently, I think Steven's sending you links on your Facebook.
Steven, where's the links? Well, it's not going to be here before the end of the episode, okay?
Right, we're just gonna have to deal with it right now.
Is it still going in and out?
Now it's not, but it may start again like a minute from now.
What the hell is it? Do you think it's the computer or is the actual microphone?
I don't know. It seems like when you're moving your head, it happens more often.
Okay, I'll try to stay as still as possible.
Maybe like the wire is like kind of loose. I don't know, because I have an Xbox headset that looks just like that, and it's the same thing. I have to like sit motionless, and if I move at all, it starts fading in and out.
What kind of headset can I get that would make this better? And I know this is an awful conversation for everyone listening. Why don't you know this answer?
Because I have like a microphone, and like I don't expect you to get like a $300 setup like I have. So somebody's gonna send you a link to the headsets.
Okay. Do you want to go talk about the games?
Yeah, let's talk about the games real quick. Then we got emails. I think we forgot to put up Twitter questions. So
we did.
We did forget?
No, we put up Twitter questions.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, we got a couple. Okay, so we got to move. We're already running long because we went on like 8 tangents. So
I went on a bunch of tangents. No one could hear me. It was wonderful. It was a great show. I love doing this. Screw this. I'm not going to talk the rest of the show.
We'll just repost that article. It's from The Onion that says podcaster Val's audio will be better next episode. So since
I really need to figure this out. I'm going to look this up while you just do the.
Since last episode, we played the Wizards at DC. That was Melo's lone good game of the season.
Thanks for telling everyone where the Wizards play.
Well, it could have been in New York.
That's true.
So yeah, that was Melo's lone good game. He looked amazing, and then he looked like crap the last two. I mean,
Does anyone care about the game? He played well.
not really. Okay, well, we'll go to the next game. Then we played the Spurs, which that was the game that Porzingis got 14 rebounds in. And he had that awesome putback dunk on Aldridge.
And Melo tried to kill him.
And Melo almost broke his neck. Yes, that was that game.
Jay almost had a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
If Jay had, were you watching when it happened?
Yeah.
Because I feel like if someone had just told you that, hey Jay, Porzingis got hurt. What happened? Melo sat on his neck, and you would have either laughed or maybe killed yourself.
Or said, I'm going to drive to MSG right now and wait for Melo after the game. So one of the things I did notice, though, we said that we really like Galloway, but his shot sucks. And if he develops a three-point shot, then we're going to be in really good shape. And guess who's been hitting threes all season?
He's actually the best, just by percentage, the best three-point shooter in the NBA right now.
That's true, right?
Yeah, no. It's totally true.
You know who's not the best?
Who's not the best?
Our starting point guard.
Okay, so Steven sent me this gaming headset. It is $35.
That's not bad.
I'll pay $35.
I just paid $50 for an Xbox headset, so $35 for.
You have to get an Xbox headset?
Yeah, if you want to play online and get called racial slurs by 13-year-olds, you have to get a headset.
Okay, so this okay, I'm gonna send you. Did Steven send you this link also? I'm gonna send you this link. I know that we can do this off the show, but no one can hear me anyway, so who gives a shit?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Steven.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? The Knicks suck. They lost to the San Antonio game. You knew they were going to lose the whole time. It wasn't as bad as the Cleveland game. Cleveland was starting LeBron and the best of the 2005 All-Star team. It looked like we had a great shot of actually winning that game. We were up. We were up by like 12 after the first quarter.
14.
And then what?
Up by 14 at the end of the first.
Yeah, then we shit the bed.
Pretty much, yeah. It was. It's hard when you have a point guard that can't pass, defend, shoot, rebound.
You know, they talk about those guys that like fill up the box score. They're like, that guy's a great player. He just like contributes in all categories.
Mm-hmm.
Calderon contributes zeros in almost every category.
Yeah,
he
pretty
couldn't
much.
be any like for fantasy purposes. He couldn't be more useless.
I don't know how he led the team in assists against Cleveland. He usually doesn't. Grant leads the team in assists, but he did almost nothing else. He couldn't shoot. He made Mo Williams look like an all-star.
You know what? I feel like Robin Lopez wants to go back to when he talked to the Knicks about signing, and like the Knicks were probably telling him, "Hey, we want a guy who's going to be our presence in the post. He's going to block shots and make anyone pay for coming in there." And they're like, "Hey, Robin, how do you feel about guards running at you at full speed?" And Robin was like, "What do you mean full speed? Wouldn't we have like guards like on our team to like slow them down?" No, the guards on our team will not slow them down, not even remotely. They'd be like, "Well, I don't want to sign up for that. I'm going to go sign with Phoenix again. I mean, Portland again." I mean, it's got to be awful to be a center on this team because you get blamed for looking bad, and you're like, they're running full speed at me. No one's trying to stop them.
Yeah, exactly.
You see that there's replay after replay where like a guy just like takes one step around Calderon and Calderon's like, oh well.
Yeah. It's bad. It's really bad.
I don't think legitimately I would look any worse out there in defense than Calderon.
All right, let's just go to emails because I'm sure 90% of our Facebook questions are going to be anti-Calderon.
You think?
I think, yes.
Maybe. Wait, we just had one more segment we want to do before we get on there. Jay, you had an interview you got to do.
Okay.
We have a segment we do every week. Steven's favorite segment. Do you have the music?
Of course I have the music.
Okay. Bring on our guest.
Get ready for
Tale as old as time.
the Beast Report.
Dorky Carol! The other night, I went 4 for 12 with 13 points because I am the beast. The night before, I was 1 for 8 with 3 points. Because, well, I'm the beast. And the game before that, I was 5 for 13. Again, because I am the beast. And I got some rebounds in those games also. But I'm going to go eat garbage.
Thank you, DeMar Carroll. That was great. And Stephen writes, go F yourself, Mark.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
All right. Lorenzo writes, did you see Sasha and Beal got into some trash talk late in the Wizards game? I couldn't make out what they're saying, so I wrote out a play for you and how I think it went down. Do you have this email open?
Of course not.
Because he wrote the play out, and he wants me to be Beal and the ref, and you to be Sasha.
Okay.
If you don't have it open, you can't really do that, though.
I cannot really do that. You want to? Could you forward me the email?
Yeah, I'll just...
Could you send me to my Gmail?
Sure. This is
Thank you.
very unprofessional.
This is going to be really, really. I just don't have. I don't remember I don't have our New York Knicks podcast email open right now, and it would be a lot easier if you just sent it to me.
I'm just sending it to you on Skype. There you go.
Okay. Let's do the part.
Got it?
I don't, but go on.
I just sent it. How do you not have it?
You sent it in Skype.
Yeah. So how do you not have it?
I see the Amazon thing. Hang on. Oh, I see it. Okay.
The New York Knicks podcast, because preparation doesn't matter.
Microphones don't matter. Preparation doesn't matter. None of this shit matters. Okay.
We good?
We are so good.
Okay. First, I'm going to be Beal.
Okay.
Get off me, man. You're Sasha. Get off me, man.
Oh, I'm looking for my part. All American dudes look like Drake.
Screw you, pretty boy.
At least I don't look like Drake.
I'm going to take this wristband and stick it up your... Hey, cut this out. That's the ref.
I think it's your
Oh, it's my part again. Did you hear what I'm glad we pulled that up for you to say 2 lines. Did you hear what he said? He said I look like Drake. All right, that was great. Lorenzo writes.
Get it? Canadians are Drake.
We are... our shooting percentage on bits this episode is about like Mellows from last night.
Yes. Even when we do something well, the microphone will cut out, so it doesn't even matter.
Did you see Porzingis' steal Melo's defensive rebound on the first play of the Wizards game? That's definitely not good for Melo's brand. Does he say that again by the time the next podcast rolls around? If he does that again by the time the next podcast rolls around, I wouldn't be surprised if he's traded to the Nets for Bargs. Bargs never stole any rebounds from Melo. Bargs never got any rebounds, period, but that's beside the point.
How excited do you think Nets fans are to have Bargs right now? He's contributing well.
I love it.
Have the Nets won a game yet?
No. It's not even been close. I love how in the offseason everyone was talking themselves into Bargs because it was like such a good deal and they were getting him for almost no money. And now you see why it wasn't a good thing even if you got him for free.
Everyone tries to talk themselves into Bargs. They're always like, hey, #1 overall draft pick. Hey, the stats don't look that bad. Hey, even last year with the Knicks, he put up some points. Maybe he'll come off the bench, get like us 10, 12 points a game in limited minutes. It won't be so bad. It's always bad.
I mean, we know how it is. We talked ourselves into Bargs the first couple of weeks.
Yeah. I mean, I was really angry at first. I was like, oh, how bad could it really be? Nets, you're 0-5. You're heading for worse. It's just never going to be Bargs until you figure out that Bargs should not be allowed on the court, much less like you should say as soon as you basically realize that Bargs should not be allowed in the arena when you play, then it'll start turning around for the Nets. Okay?
Yes. Lorenzo also writes, I'm glad the Knicks didn't lose to the Wizards. They have a friggin' pirate as an assistant coach. If you didn't watch the whole game, this will make no sense whatever. Perfect for this podcast, really. I missed the very end of the game, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, he looks like a pirate. Go on.
Henry writes, great show as usual, and with Porzingis, Derek Williams, Grant, and the rest of the team playing well, I am excited about the team's prospects for once. By the ways, you should really do word on the street with the Nigerian scammers. That would be brilliant.
We would do another board in the street, but no one could hear my microphone, so screw it. But I will have this gaming headset by next show. I will buy... if Jay thinks this one's good, well, I will buy this, and I will have a gaming headset, and I can be heard in the show, and I can say racist things to 11-year-olds online.
According to the chat room, rumor has it that bringing in a hot white chick in booty shorts fixes all mics. And it fixes all mics within a 1 meter radius, so you have to bring it right up to the camera.
Okay, cool.
He also writes, so my question for you guys, who would you trade, keep, and kill? Calderon, Lance Thomas, Vujicic?
Okay, so I'm going to kill Calderon because the money, it's not just playing bad. With $9 million, we can kill him.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
Okay, so it's trade...
and keep for Thomas.
Someone said something like somewhere else said, "What can we get for Lance Thomas?" And I think the best offer you can get is either you can get Jack and or shit for him.
Yes.
So I don't think you're gonna get much for him. And but yeah, I'll trade Lance Thomas.
I would trade Lance Thomas and keep Vujicic because at least Vujicic every once in a while does a good basketball related thing.
I mean, Lance Thomas has been okay so far.
Yeah, that won't last. That's a fluke.
It's true. It is a fluke, but we need guards. It's hard to really get rid of even our bad guards.
Yeah.
So unless of course they're
Calderon.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Henry.
Yeah.
Lorenzo writes, in the game it was mentioned that Porzingis had trouble lifting his arms on defense due to neck injury. Maybe the whole Knicks team last year had sore necks and therefore couldn't play D.
That is very possible.
The way the Knicks disclose injury information, that is very possible.
Robin, someone else asked on is it true that Robin Lopez has an injury? I think that was Ralph, maybe. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's the injury he has? We talked about this in one of the previous shows.
We have no idea. The Knicks don't disclose injuries until like 3 months after the incident.
They disclose injuries after they've traded the guy. After he's off the team, they're like, yeah, he sucked the whole time.
We may actually never know what his injury was.
I swear at some point it'll be like someone like Robin Lopez will be up there and he'll be missing a leg. And the Knicks will say he's day-to-day. They'll say we can't disclose the injury. The reporters will raise their hand and go, but he's missing a leg. And the Knicks will say, we can't confirm or deny. We think he'll be back. That's what will happen.
Expired Milk writes, Vujicic does actually bring some energy. He just doesn't know how to use it, and he runs into people.
Yeah, every once in a while he does things okay. I don't hate him, but I also can see why you wouldn't necessarily have him as your starting or backup, or maybe I think he'd be a solid third guard, like eighth man on he could be an eighth man on a lot of teams' benches.
Yeah,
maybe.
Okay, back to that was emails, nyknickspodcast@gmail.com. Now we'll do Twitter at nyknickspodcast.
Emails? I feel like you're missing some emails.
I don't think so. I've been starring them as they come in. I mean, we just read 5 emails.
Okay. Whatever. Screw people to email us.
Okay, Twitter. Knicks Jets for life. I need someone to explain to me how Justice Winslow is considered a win-now draft pick, but Porzingis is a project.
I think that's a very simple explanation, is that Winslow has a much lower... It could be more NBA ready from the start and has a much lower ceiling. Porzingis can do some stuff in the NBA, but he will get a whole lot better. It's just the ceilings.
He's a project because skinny people are never good in the NBA. Kevin Garnett was never good.
No, but
Reggie Miller was never good.
Yeah, but they used the guy that he's always compared to Dirk. Dirk was 19 and not so good at first and got a lot better. Porzingis, you could see, like, he can contribute now, but if he doesn't get better, if 5 years from now he looks like this, people will say he's a bad draft pick.
Yeah. I can't possibly see him not getting better, though.
No, outside barring injury, he'll get a lot better. It's like Justice Winslow. You don't think he's going to be an all-star at any point. And maybe he will be, who the hell knows. But you feel like the guy can contribute a lot now on defense. But he's never going to be an amazing player, but he could be a solid role player. Porzingis will get to the point of hopefully being the team will be. Hopefully he'll be so good that the team will be all centered around him.
Yeah.
He'll be our all-star. We'll make our own all-star. It'll be like the first time since Patrick Ewing.
Georgiosaurus Rex writes, were the refs playing for the Cavs last night?
Sure. Were there that many bad calls?
I think it was more that the Knicks choked than there was bad calls. I did notice there was more questionable calls after LeBron threw his hissy fit, but the Knicks blew that game.
I mean, I do notice that whatever LeBron does, he gets a foul call. But this is nothing new.
Yeah.
And Melo could be run over by a tractor, and the referees maybe half the time would still not call a foul.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're in agreement that you could punch Melo. It's okay. Because there are so many plays where you're like, why? Why is this not? Can I ask you, forgetting that, if you shoot from behind the arc and you're coming down and the guy in the team touches you with their pinky, you get 3 points, right?
Yes.
So, but if you're shooting from 21 feet and the guy hits you, you don't get the foul.
Right. But apparently you're a lot more sensitive from the 3-point line.
Okay, I just want to know if being a certain distance from the basket meant your bones were just brittle.
Maybe.
Okay, because they have to change. They have to change that. I understand that you shouldn't hit why should it be any different anywhere you are on the court?
I have no idea.
Every time they call it, you're like, oh, it was a dumb play on the defender. You're like, he barely touched him. He did not alter the shot at all. This is just stupid.
I really don't like the foul after the shot where it didn't affect the shot at all.
Yeah,
and then they barely touched him. I really don't like those.
Melo had one. I think he was going around Kyle O'Quinn or whoever he went around, and you couldn't even find the foul on slow motion. He just kind of the guy. It was just ridiculous. How do you call the foul?
Yeah.
And then Melo the next play goes and gets crushed, and they don't call a foul. But yeah, I don't think the refs were any worse than normal.
What's a Porzingis writes? Will Mark apologize to Jay for
I
doubting
apologize,
Porzingis?
blah, blah, blah. Yes, he seems like he's been a good pick, okay? As far as the draft right now, doing it over, pretty much the only guy I'd want above him would be Towns.
Jonathan Madera writes, should we accept the fact that Melo is a good player but not a superstar player? 6 for 18 sounds about right for the last 3 years.
Would you rather have Greg Monroe or Melo?
Right now, probably Monroe.
I mean, right now, is it even close?
No, Melo's been terrible.
I mean, even the fact that Melo will correct himself. I feel like at least with a guy with Monroe, obviously better contract, but beyond that, you're going to get efficient scoring from him. He'll put up 20, shoot 55% on the night, 60%, play no defense, get some rebounds. How different is it going to be?
Yeah, I mean, and he's making $8 million less a year.
Yeah, I mean, I get the idea that Melo's the most dynamic scorer in the NBA, but it doesn't seem to work out unless you put him on the Olympic team.
Can't win a championship without a guy who takes 20 shots shooting 36%.
I saw your Twitter post. That was funny.
Okay, that's it for Twitter, so we can go right into Facebook.
Okay, I know he'll get better, Melo, but right now it's really killing us. And now, I whatever. It's not about winning games. It's about getting better. I will say over and over again while I watch the Knicks game after game.
I love this chat room, by the way. I sent one text, and I got a message saying, stop texting.
Yes. Why? Who'd you text?
My sister. She called, so I texted her saying I'm recording a podcast.
Couldn't you just not text her back? What would happen? Or not call her back for a little while?
What's the big deal?
What's the big deal that you don't get back to her right away?
What's the big deal with buying a headset that doesn't suck?
I'm trying to do that. How about while I'm talking, you look up the headset that Steven sent me on Amazon and tell me if that's the one I should get. Okay. Jason writes, why the F is Melo taking the ball down, and why does Fisher take out hot players to put in Calderon and Melo? There was a great play last night where Grant cut through the defense and laid it in and hit a layup, and it was nice play by Grant. immediately Fisher took him off the court.
Yeah, I don't know if he's playing Calderon half the time because it's like a respect thing, or he's showcasing him to like raise his value, or I don't know, but
Well, the showcasing's not working out very well.
no, it's not. I don't get the point.
Is there any? You think who would you rather have out there right now, Calderon or Fisher as our point guard?
That's close. It really. I'm not even joking. That's close.
I'm not even joking that I'd probably rather Fisher at this point.
Yeah.
I feel like Fisher would do less stupid things.
When was the last time Fisher played? 2 years ago?
Yeah, he played 2 years ago. He was pretty much done at that point. But Calderon's also been done for 2 years.
Yeah, that is true.
It doesn't really make a difference.
Yeah.
I mean, he does nothing. When we got him, the things we knew about him were that he could hit. He could hit a very good 3-point shooter, which he's not doing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And he could really like pass the ball. He could hit open guys. He used to get a lot of assists,
Mm-hmm.
and he's not doing anything.
No.
And when the people said he was bad on defense, it was a huge understatement.
The greatest point guard on the planet is on the trading block.
Really?
Yeah.
I would take Chalmers over him.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Would they take Calderon back with Lance Thomas?
Yeah. Calderon and Thomas for Chalmers. Let's do it. Make it happen.
Okay, they're going to bring us to the meetings for the negotiations, right?
Yeah, and then since we did a 2-for-1, we'll have space. We can get Travis Trice and Jimmer Fredette.
Sounds good. Fredette should be in the. I think the question later on about Fredette, so I'll wait on that one. But he should stay in the D League for a while. But it could be a good move for us.
Yeah.
Trice, who I've not seen play, I know you loved him in that one game.
Yep, that 5 minutes he played, he looked awesome.
That sounds a lot better to me than Calderon right now. So
yeah.
Why not just take a younger, faster player and put him in Calderon? Like, how much worse could it get? Somewhere, what was I reading? I was reading on Posting and Toasting in the message and in the comments. Someone said they're talking about Grant versus Calderon. And they're like the thing with Calderon is like he may not be Grant's just not ready yet. And Calderon does things to keep our offense going that you don't realize. He hits guys in stride with the ball, and he really gets the offense going, basically. The next comment was like, hang on, I'm not trying to be a troll, but when does he hit anyone in stride all year?
Yeah, it's just not happening.
I don't know. They're like, the offense looks better. The offense does not look better with him out there.
No, it doesn't.
Just cut the ties. I don't think Melo is going to get better this year. We know that. He's not going to shoot 8 for 30 every night. Calderon, I just don't see getting much better. I don't think at any point in the year I'm going to eat my words in this.
No, I don't either. He'll have every 10th game, he'll have a really good game, but that's about it at this point. But
Fisher also does have noticed that a guy will do something good, and Fisher will be like, had already made up his mind to take him out of the game and just take him out. And you're like, hey, why don't you pay attention to what's going on? If the guy hits a shot, leave him in a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I don't know if it's going to come in the questions, but what the hell happened to Derek Williams? Or no, sorry, why is he already in Fisher's doghouse? I don't understand.
I think because he doesn't do anything other than score, and after he scores a few points, he starts getting too amped up and then just going nuts. And then he starts making mistakes or taking dumb shots. He doesn't really defend or rebound. I think he's good if you need points and you need them quick.
Yeah,
but then
we
you
need
got
points. We need them quick. Put him on us. Put him out there with the second unit. Get some points.
Yeah, I mean, I think he should be playing more, but he definitely needs to be kept on a short leash.
I mean, that's fair enough, but I feel like he should play. He got 24 points the first night, and Fisher said, "Your reward is we're no longer going to play you." His minutes have been cut majorly since game 1.
Yeah, I don't think he's been bad enough to warrant.
I mean, Lance Thomas is getting his minutes, and I'm like, wow, Lance Thomas doesn't do anything, so he doesn't even score. So why is he getting his minutes?
Yeah.
And also the criteria, I've noticed, I'm watching this team, the criteria to get on the court is not contributing on defense or doing anything, basically. Because Calderon gets minutes, so why can't, whatever.
Yeah.
Steven writes, Brink is greater than Knicks. Thoughts?
If you're a new listener, that's our comedy podcast, The Brink of Sanity.
And Steven likes that better. And Steven, we like Brink a lot also, so we'll be doing that show as well. So you'll get both. John writes, people keep asking to start Galloway or start Williams, but I disagree. Right now, the strength of our team is the bench. We have a bench of bench five that may be better than our starting 5. and it's better unit that keeps us in the games. One of the best benches in the league for sure. D. Williams can't play his style with Melo on the court. He freelances a lot. He's the alpha on our second unit. Galloway and Grant are great together. Not ready to split them up yet. Wouldn't mind them both starting, but that would weaken our best attribute, our bench. Chemistry is good right now and developing well. Don't mess with it yet. Aflalo may be the missing piece to our starting unit. Patience.
See, this is where I disagree because while our bench might be better than our starting unit, that's a problem. Our starting unit should be better than our bench. So,
7-game series, starting unit versus the bench. Who wins? How many games?
probably our bench in 6.
Yeah. Porzingis will foul out. Melo will shoot 30%.
See, here's the thing.
Calderon won't guard anyone. I feel like the bench would win.
Galloway and Grant play better with Porzingis. So I think putting them in the starting lineup and having Vucevic, whatever his name, Vucevic, and Calderon on the bench would be much better.
I just think your starters play the most minutes. Get your best 5, put them out there. That should be that's the main goal, is to get the best starting 5 and then go from there. Your bench can't be better than your starters.
Right. Also, if you could answer this question, who's better, Calderon or Grant? And if the answer is Grant, then Grant should start. It's as simple as that.
And Galloway or Vucevic, whatever, Sasha, Galloway's better. Just put them out there. I get Grant's gonna have some pains. There's gonna be some development pains. He's not gonna be amazing right away, but just let them play.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the guy?
They're letting Moutier play, and he's getting 11 turnover games, and he's playing.
How are the draft picks doing? How's that guy Herzegovina or whatever from in Orlando? How's he doing?
Hazanja,
whatever the hell his name is.
Well, for some reason, you have not dropped him from your fantasy team, even though he has a PER of negative 1.5. I didn't even know PERs went into the negative.
How bad do you have to be to have a negative PER?
Well, last game he went 0 for 1 and had 1 turnover, and that was his only stats.
I'm filling up the box score on one column at a time.
Is there any other negative stat I can get? No? All right, I'm done.
Can that guy stole the ball from me? Can I also get an anti-steal?
Can I get negative rebounds?
I mean, I contributed to no points. Are there negative points I can put? Whatever. He's looked bad. Moutier is getting some points, but shooting awful.
Which everyone knew he couldn't shoot.
And he can't.
Yeah.
You know what the great thing was like? It was like, what point guard should we take? Should we take Moutier or take Russell? Let's see. They both cannot shoot for the life of them.
Mm-hmm.
They both turn the ball over a ton. I don't know who's the better pick so far.
I think right now the rookie of the year is Towns, Okafor, or Porzingis.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be Towns or Okafor.
It's probably going to end up being Towns. Right now, Okafor is putting up way more points than anybody, but he's also on a team with no other NBA players other than Noel.
Yeah, no, but people have said he's looked pretty good so far as on offense and whatever. His team gets crushed. You're right, but it's not the MVP award. People will look at the stats and just go with the stats. But Towns has actually been putting up pretty good numbers too.
Yeah, I mean he's putting up good numbers with a lot of other scoring options on the team, and he's still putting up good numbers. And he actually plays way better defense than Okafor.
Either way, they're both solid players. The rest of the guys have not looked that. No one else has looked that great from the draft so far.
I don't see them getting 14 rebound games like Porzingis.
That it'd be nice if he could do it consistently, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's leading the team. Porzingis is leading the team in rebounds and steals.
What kills you? You know what the thing that kills you really is his shooting percentage.
But that's also not a bad thing right now because he's leading the team in rebounds and steals, and his shot's been way off. So when his shot starts going in, and it's going to start clicking eventually, he's going to be putting up ridiculous stats.
His PER.
His PER is going to be through the roof.
That is 19.
That's a great PER.
Yeah. If you look at his PER 36, you'll salivate. But right now he's got 12 points a game, 7.5 rebounds. I think we would have signed him. He's got a block a game, almost 2 steals a game. I think we would have all and only 1.8 turnovers a game. Like we would all have said, this is going to be solid numbers. He's shooting about 40%. He's shooting like 20% from 3-point land. These numbers should get better. And
Didn't
I
you say
want
12-8 would be a very successful rookie season?
Yeah, we've all said that. I think we just want him to. I want him to shoot more. I feel like sometimes he passes his shot up because his confidence isn't there yet, and I want him just like, hey, you shoot poorly. Like have mellow nights. Just get more confident. Keep shooting.
He'll get there.
Yeah. Okay. Alex writes thoughts on Jimmer Fredette being drafted by the Westchester Knicks. Will we ever see him play in the NBA again outside of a 10-day contract? First off, is Jimmer his real first name?
Yeah.
Who the hell names their kid Jimmer?
Somebody who wants their kid to get wedgies all through high school.
Jimmer. It sounds like you named him after your favorite brand of sausage.
Yeah.
Secondly, I don't know. I could see him back. I could see him playing for the Knicks this year. Can you not?
Yeah, definitely is. I mean, if Vujicic rolls an ankle, Fredette's in the starting lineup like right away.
Yeah, I mean, I think ideally he'll play like half the year down there and figure out whatever he was missing before.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't good in the NBA.
No, it was not. But he was like college player of the year or something, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's got talent, obviously.
Or he led the league in scoring. Something.
Yeah, something.
He did something.
He was a very good college player. I mean, a lot of very good college players don't work out, but I don't know. I would get like it's one of those things that like, hey, let him try to figure it out. I mean, Langston Galloway wasn't drafted, and he seems to be pretty good for us. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I like the move. I like it a lot. I don't know who was the number 1 draft pick over it because he was number 2 draft pick in the D League. Who was number 1? I know not that you actually know the answer, but he's got to feel pretty bad. Like he's like, I'm a big name in the D League, and I'm still number 2 draft pick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think everyone loves that. Is anyone else? Oh, you're excited about what's his name? The point guard, right?
Trice, yeah.
Okay. Alex writes. I'm sorry. Dylan writes. So the Knicks are looking. Is my headset still doing this?
It's okay. It's okay.
I will order the headset right when we get off the show. Okay. Dylan writes, so the Knicks are looking pretty decent, a lot better than anticipated. With that being said, they will most likely be at best a first-round exit. And Melo will be 32 years old. After seeing how good Porzingis is, and he is awesome, do you think the Knicks should blow up the team and just build around Porzingis and go for a top pick again? You could get some serious value for Melo. He is looking healthy.
You must not have heard every episode last season because that is exactly what we want to do.
Well, no, we can't. But you must also not realize that we don't have a draft pick this year.
Right. The second part of his question was trading Melo to get a draft pick.
Oh, trade him to. Oh, I missed that part of it. Yeah, I would do that. I just don't see the young guys developing in time to make it work with Melo.
No, definitely not. They're on different trajectories. Melo needs to win app right now. And the other guys are going to take a year or 2, maybe 3.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, when's the trade deadline? It's after the All-Star break, right?
Yes. Well, yeah. It's in February.
Okay, so the first thing that has to happen is Melo has to get playing like Melo again. And once he's playing like Melo again, then it can be an actual rational conversation. And then the question really is, who do you trade him to? The Bulls just don't match up very well with us for the trade.
The Rockets.
Could they take on a salary?
Sure.
You have no idea.
The Lakers.
Okay, sounds good. Let's do the Lakers. What if they gave us back Kobe? We get Kobe for just the rest of this year, and he's done.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah, I would trade. I would absolutely trade him. But you have to get draft picks. Stone writes, this team looks like it could be a decent and entertaining, but it's not going to do much beyond making the playoffs. Would you prefer to keep doing the half rebuild thing where we still try to be competitive, or just would we try to unload Melo and start building around Porzingis as our future? Are all the questions beyond this going to be, should we trade Melo, and why the hell does Calderon suck? Is that going to be the theme going forward here?
I think so.
Okay, Greg writes, we didn't know this about Mark. So Greg posts a picture of a
Movie.
called Fast Break. It looks like it's from the 70s, and it was written by my name.
Yeah, it says written by Mark.
Yeah, I would use my last name. I think some people know it, some people don't. And I'm going to try to make it a little hard for people to friend me on Facebook.
Yes, we got an email about that from Ralph. I got 3 friend requests from listeners this week. So somebody's figuring it out. We must have slipped somewhere. That is the challenge. We don't advertise it, but we do slip a lot. So, Ralph, if you can figure it out, you can friend request us.
Yeah, he asked if he could be our friend on Facebook, and we said, find us.
Yeah, you can, but that's the game. You got to find us.
Wait, wasn't there an email about how you guys get into podcasting?
That's for Brink. He emailed the Brink address for that.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, he's a fan of both shows now.
Okay, thank you, Ralph. John writes, Derrick Rose is seemingly on the hot seat with the Bulls. Would you consider trading for him? Who would you consider moving? Is there anyone whose contract matches up very well? When does Rose's contract run out?
Next year.
So one more year of Rose. Is there anyone who makes $25 million a year in this team that we would trade to get draft picks? Anyone?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, that's literally the only trade we could do. It would have to be Melo for Rose.
Someone says Calderon straight up swap. Sounds good, but in reality, the money doesn't match up. So I don't know who else. You have to package someone else with him to make it work. And
yeah, it would have to be Calderon and Robin
everyone
Lopez.
else on the team.
Yeah, it would be Calderon and Robin Lopez, or Calderon, Derek Williams, and Aflalo.
It would also have to be something that like the Bulls would actually entertain, and the one that the Bulls would entertain is Melo.
Your headset just crapped the bed.
Oh God, what the fuck? Okay, how's this now?
The worst.
I'll plug and plug in.
Yeah, it's absolute junk.
What about now?
Say something again.
Maybe this is. Hang on. Let me try this. There was a knot in my cord. Maybe the knot. I don't know why this would matter.
It shouldn't, but that's what happens when it's like a $10 headset.
This was an $11 headset, so screw you. I'm gonna unplug for a second.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, you can hear me there?
Yeah, sounds like you're in the middle of the refrigerator.
Yeah, hang on. I'm plugging back in.
It's like every headset I get, it's worse than the one before. How's this?
Yeah, it's okay for now. I'll let you know next time it gets bad. Let's do these questions quick before your microphone just packs up and leaves.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I might have to buy a new computer to do this. This is ridiculous. What kind of headset do you have there?
It's actually just fuzzy and dead now.
Again?
Yeah. I just want to get through this episode.
I know.
I'm trying, Jay.
I know.
Maybe my computer's telling me we should just end the show.
I'm not editing any of this out.
Okay. God. Okay, how's this now?
It's okay.
Fuck.
I wonder, do you think it might be Skype?
You think it's Skype?
Yeah, because your video just got really blurry. Maybe your internet connection's sucking.
I'm going to go to audio for the rest of this episode, okay?
You're going to what?
Go to audio and turn off video. See if that makes a difference.
Okay.
Okay. The video is off.
All
Does
right.
it sound any better?
Right now it does.
Okay, I'm going without audio. Screw it. You can't see. Who the hell even wants to see me? Just look at Jay.
Actually, it's sounding a lot better now. I thought you moved to a house to get good internet
I
connection.
don't freaking know. I am in the house. I have Optimum. You know who provides Optimum? Cablevision. You know who owns Cablevision? The devil.
It seriously, it sounds so much better now. Maybe it wasn't your headset all along.
Maybe it's just my internet connection. I don't even understand.
I think it is your internet connection.
I'm not going to do video anymore. No one can see me anymore. Is that fine?
You sound great right now, by the way.
Holy shit, I hate you. I hate this dumb video thing. I hate when people can see me. Why do we have people to see me? Who gives a shit about seeing me? There's 4 people in the chat room. Do you guys care about seeing me?
Steven keeps writing, I want to see Mark.
I hate you, Steven.
And now he's private messaging me, I want to see Mark. Private message Mark. I don't care if you want to see Mark.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you just put a picture of me up?
Yes.
Let's get a picture of me and have a picture of me wrestling a bear, and that'll be the picture of me every time we do the show. Steven says to me, "Yes, I get great. Glad he can do it. I want to see you, Mark. I want to see you, Mark. I want to see you, Mark. I hope it's great. Does the audio sound a lot better?
Yes. You know how Ben changed his profile picture on Skype? You got to do that. It just says an S right now. Just change your profile picture after the show.
I don't know how to do that.
We'll figure it out.
Okay, we'll figure that out after the show's over. So this sounds a million times better?
Yeah. So it was your internet connection, actually.
That makes more sense. I figured the headset thing couldn't have made sense. Is it coming? Tell me if it gets bad, okay?
I will.
Did we ever have this problem before with the audio? I mean, we've had a million audio issues. But I guess I'm asking, like, have we had was it this bad before when we started doing video?
No, I don't think. I mean, there was maybe 1 or 2 episodes, but this was definitely the worst it's been. So maybe you're just having an
internet issue?
Yeah, we should start doing questions again. Nobody wants to hear this crap.
No, you don't think so?
Let's just talk about your technical difficulties for the next hour and a
half. Okay, go back to the questions. Okay. Now that you can hear me and the show's almost over, let's keep going. Jesse writes, what is the over-under for the times we have to hear that Derek Williams is a former number 2 pick in the draft? 5 million? 10 million?
That's per game, right?
Yeah. They do talk about it a lot.
It's like they have 3 talking points and they bring it to every game.
He does look like, forgetting the draft, he does look like he has a lot of potential. And I don't know if I want to go down the road of, like, he has Barks potential, but he does look decent at times.
Yeah.
I think he can do more than just score. I'm not positive, but I kind of think he can.
Okay.
Do you disagree? Anyway, I think he's a good role guy off the bench. I do not think he should be starting. William writes, back to KP being a top 5 in a couple of years, as delusional Knicks fans say. Stephen Curry, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, and Kristaps Porzingis. Come in, stop it, Knicks fans. Always do that. Linsanity, and so chill, okay?
So you think in 5 years, when LeBron's 37, he's going to be a top 5 guy?
And you think in 5 years, when Russell Westbrook can't walk anymore, he's going to be a top 5 guy?
Right.
And Durant has retired because of his foot injuries. I'm going to say of this group, Porzingis will be up there because most of them will be their careers will be at almost over, if not over.
Yeah.
I think Curry, Anthony Davis are the only guys left in 5 years in the NBA.
I think Westbrook will too.
I feel like Westbrook and I feel like LeBron will still be in the league. He'll still be pretty good.
Yeah. But he's not going to be a top 5.
I guarantee at least Westbrook or Durant is out of the league, having to retire early.
Wow.
In 5 years. Yeah, I'm calling it. Deal. The audio is fine.
Yeah. It's great.
I hate this video thing was always a disaster.
Apparently your great new internet in your home, it can't handle a low-res video.
What internet do you have?
I have Time Warner.
No, I should go back to Time Warner.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move back to the city. I'm next to the thing also. Like the internet's in this room and I can't even do it. Maybe I should plug in. Maybe if I plugged in, it'd be better.
Yes.
I could.
Yes. No, plugging in makes like all the difference.
Are you being serious or sarcastic?
Totally serious.
Okay. Should I plug in next episode?
Next episode, plug in. We'll try it. And if that still doesn't work, then
I'll get the microphone.
No, the microphone won't do anything. It's your internet. If it doesn't,
then I'm not going to get the microphone.
If you plug it in, don't get the microphone.
I won't get the microphone.
If you plug it in and it still doesn't work, then you don't have to do the video anymore.
Jay, do you think I should grow a beard?
Yes.
Okay. William writes, Knicks fans, calm the F down. Porzingis top 5 in a couple of years. No,
You just wrote
idiots.
that. You just wrote that.
What?
I mean, read that. Isn't that the same question?
No, it's actually the first part that I didn't read. The question was that this is like the first, like these are the first 3 sentences. I read the last 4 sentences.
Can you even grow a beard? I feel like you can't.
Why are you picking on me, dude?
I'm not. Some people can't grow a beard. I just feel like you
mean like I can't like grow like it won't like be it'll be patchy?
Yeah,
Or, like,
yeah.
I don't actually have hair. I'm a 5-year-old boy.
No, I feel like you're a patchy beard type of guy.
I feel like you're right. I wouldn't mind getting a beard. I was thinking about growing one a little bit just because I don't know. All the NBA players are doing it these days.
That is true.
Don't you feel like sometimes you look better with hair on your face
Yes.
and your balls?
No. No.
Greg writes, not sure about the note being serious or being sarcastic. And the note being, this is little help, LeBron. Kevin Love falls down, LeBron doesn't help him up, and they say, note, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. But it looks like Mo Williams about to hit Kevin Love with a ball, and LeBron James is walking away. And
All right.
the visual questions are great, Greg. Also, Greg has a thing where it points out that Porzingis is the first Knicks rookie to have 40-plus points and 30 rebounds in his first 4 games since Patrick Ewing. Not a bad start. That's great. Any comparison to any great player is meaningless because Porzingis, like, I hate when people are like, oh, Jay sent me something earlier comparing Dirk Nowitzki's first 5 starts when he was 20 versus Porzingis, and like, oh, the stats are similar. You know what? Like, from there, Dirk became a great player. We don't know what it doesn't mean anything if you have the same stats as a guy who's great. Just like Lynn Sanity, Jeremy Lin had the same stats as a bunch of really great players, and now he sucks.
Are you glad you got that off your chest?
Yeah. I was emailing the same rant to Jay
Do you
earlier.
feel better now?
Yeah, I do. I know. I'm excited about Porzingis, but I hate all these comparisons. You know, he's the first Knick to wash his hands before games since Patrick Ewing.
Do you want to see what Ralph had to say?
Yeah, sure. Ralph writes, damn it. I'm so excited now that I can actually talk and people can understand me. Kind of. Ralph writes, damn it, even though we changed personnel, we looked the same last night. Yes. Sean writes, he posts a questions between what is, I don't understand what he's posting here. He's posting other people's questions.
I don't know. He posted a screenshot of people asking us questions in our own group. Great.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Sean also writes, I'm sorry, no offense, but we need this guy, John Aurelius. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
He screenshotted John's question.
Oh, and saying no Derrick Rose. I should also read the ones that come before. I hate this order thing why they put everything. Okay, Steven writes, hashtag Team Mark's wife. That sounds pretty awful.
I can't believe the chat room crashed when she walked in.
Well, there's no video anymore anyway. I'll try the plug-in next time. Stephen also writes, Mark should be held accountable for his behavior. I'm sure 80% sure he spat on a black person yesterday. Racism isn't acceptable in 2015. Hashtag end racism. Hashtag end Black Lives Matter. Hashtag the beast. Stephen writes, Raptors are 5-0. Thoughts?
Great. I mean, it doesn't matter what they finish. They're going to lose in the second round. So,
yeah, no, the Raptors, they look like a really good second round loss. Stephen writes, why aren't teams using the Jordan rules against Curry?
What is the Jordan rules?
I thought you were going to remember that. What are the Jordan rules?
I don't know.
Stat guy. This is a decent question, probably. The Jordan rules were a defensive strategy employed by the Pistons against Michael Jordan in order to limit his effectiveness on offense. Devised by Isaiah Thomas, the strategy was to play him tough, to physically challenge him, and to vary its defenses so as to try to throw him off balance. You mean? play like tough defense against him?
I think they do. He's so fast and he runs off so many screens that it's just really hard to do.
I mean, no one knocks him down. I guess the difference is like Jordan. The Pistons tried to beat him up.
Yeah, but the way the game is called today,
you can't really do that.
Everyone will get a flagrant, especially if you're doing that to a star. Forget it. Everyone will be kicked out of the game.
Yeah, Steven writes, let's say, well, not true. If you did it to Melo, the league would say, no problem. Our back is turned. We didn't see a foul. Steven writes, let's say Porzingis suddenly changes his name to Patrizi Ewing. How do you guys react? We would fall over ourselves because that would be amazing, Steven, if it sounded like Patrick Ewing. That's a great question. Frank writes, why is
he just skipped all the rest of his?
Does he have more?
Yeah.
I didn't hit refresh. Okay, I'll hit. You want me to hit refresh?
I don't care. Just go.
Okay, no, I hit refresh now because Jay had to point out I'm missing one of Steven's 38 questions tonight's show. Okay, I'm hitting refresh, and my internet's slow, so what can you do? I moved to the suburbs to get fast internet, but the joke's on me because I get internet from James Dolan. Okay, where is this? What questions did I miss from him?
Could we get some pictures of your wife?
Oh, okay. Jay, you know what I love on the Brink show? You say I skip over the dumb questions. Yet you made sure I read the question about Steven asking for pictures of my wife. Great. You know what? Maybe I'll make a picture of my wife. Instead of seeing me on Skype, you'll see my wife.
All of a sudden, our followers go up tenfold. When I was doing,
why don't you just put your girlfriend up there? I'll put my wife, and everyone will like our show better.
When I was doing the YouTube sketch comedy videos, all the videos got like 100, 200 hits. One of them, we had an Asian girl in it, and the screen cap is of the Asian girl. 80,000 hits.
That's really funny.
Bunch of creeps. You're all a bunch of creeps.
We should just, when you post some things, just post a picture of a hot girl. Just find one online and post it.
Yeah, I might have to.
Like I'm not going to post my wife, but just find a random girl. You should just actually go on take a screenshot from YouPorn, put it on there, and see what happens. John writes, Kyle Quinn has played. Frank writes, why is Fisher such a bad coach? Why did Calderon play 29 minutes last night? Why has stupid-haired McGee seen his minutes drop so drastically? It can't be because he makes poor decisions on the court, because if that were the case, Melo would be playing 11 minutes a game too. Why is Grant not playing more minutes? At least he drives to the basket and draws fouls.
I like that stupid-haired McGee is catching on.
Oh, I think so. I'm so happy you brought that back. Frank, you asked a lot of good questions. We're going to get you a press pass so you can talk to the jackass himself. Could we just get rid of Fisher? He doesn't know what he's doing. He's not a good coach. I've given up. It's not even that he's not a good coach. It's that Thibodeau is still not coaching a team in the NBA right now. How can this be? How can we sit here with Fisher and have the best defensive coach out there right now?
How come Stan Van Gundy was sitting there and we hired Fisher instead?
How come anyone is sitting? How do we?
You know that terrible, awful Pistons team with their starting point guard injured is 3-1 right now because they have Stan Van Gundy.
Stan Van Gundy's a pretty good coach. We have Derek Fisher. God damn it.
Yeah.
John writes, Kylo Quinn has played very well, but I think he may be a bit overconfident on the offensive end. Do you think he's good? Good there. Will it all catch up to him and hurt us later? So is his overconfidence on offense?
No. I think he's actually got good offense. I didn't see him take any.
He shot a 3-pointer, and that may have been pushing it.
Yeah, but he's got a hook shot, his post ups.
Yeah, his defense is really the weaker part of his game.
Yeah, I mean, no, I think he's got good offense.
Yeah, I think he's a solid player. I like him. I'm pretty happy about him. I don't think he's going to bite us yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa, sorry.
The hell was that?
That was somebody.
Did someone watch the Knicks play defense?
Yeah.
George writes, rookie power rankings.
Rookie power rankings. Towns, Okafor, Porzingis, Winslow,
I knew Winslow would be good.
Moutier or Russell.
Yeah, sure. That sounds good.
And then everyone else, all garbage.
Yeah. Everyone was saying that, what's his name was going to be pretty good. Frank Kaminsky.
Yeah, he hasn't really done anything.
I'm going to look up his stats at the beginning of the year.
Coley Stein started yesterday and had 0 points.
Yeah, he's been pretty bad. So Frank Kaminsky's not done much and barely been playing.
Yeah.
Let me see what Okafor's stats are pretty damn good so far. He is, it's only a couple games of the year. He's averaging 20 a game with 5 rebounds. His per, if it matters, his per is not really actually better. It's actually not better than Porzingis.
And 5 rebounds a game sucks.
Yeah, it's not great. And Towns. Hang on. Let me find Towns. My Finding Towns song. Towns stats. Towns putting up good numbers. 17 points and 10 rebounds.
Yeah, that's way better.
Yeah, he's really good. He was the guy we were supposed to get if we didn't win those last 3 games of the year or whatever. Derek Fisher, again, worst coach we could have imagined. I am just... What if you could get rid of one person, would you get rid of Calderon or would you get rid of Fisher? Where would the upgrade be better?
Immediately Calderon, long term probably Fisher.
Yeah. George writes, Nick of the week.
Since Melo's been shooting like crap, we'll go with Porzingis.
John writes, at this rate, barring injury, I believe 4 or 5 years from now, Porzingis will be a top 5, 10 player in the league. Do you agree?
Yes.
I am pretty sure that 5 years from now, the only player that has a shot of being better than him of the rookie class is Towns. There's no way Okafor is better than him in 5 years.
No, definitely not.
Barring injury. And I have to keep saying barring injury because we're Knicks fans and he'll be injured.
By the way, on the New York Knicks podcast.com, you could check out our weekly Knicks roster power rankings.
Yes, they are done by Jay, and they are awesome. John writes, still not a fan of Lance Thomas, but I don't totally hate him right now. Good job. Most of Lance Thomas's family says the exact same thing about him. John writes,
if you want to see me very mean to Lance Thomas, read our power rankings.
You want to give someone a preview? What did you write there?
You're asking me for stuff I don't even have pulled up. Go to the next question and I'll pull it up.
Okay. John writes, where the hell is Robin Lopez? He's supposed to be out top 5 free agent signing, and he's not even closing games.
I think it's more an issue of he's got guards running at full speed at him all game.
Yeah, that's kind of hurting him on defense. He has not been, not that he was advertised to be that good on offense, but he hasn't been very good on offense.
He's been decent. He had one game where he scored like a lot of points. Like
yeah, no, I think, but he's also been turning the ball over and not been like missing shots. I feel like people want to, it'll take a little time. I mean, one of the things also is you watch the San Antonio game, you know what looked really great about San Antonio? It looked like they'd all played together for years.
Yeah.
And I know like Aldridge is new, but like when you change a couple pieces, it's not as big dramatic as the Knicks are just, the whole team is just playing together for the first time. It's going to take a little while before everyone really gels. So I think Robin Lopez will be better when they really learn how to like get the ball to him on say like pick and roll and stuff. Stats wise, he's averaging 10 points a game. His rebounds are really low. He's averaging below less than 5 rebounds a game.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where people
That's not good, yeah.
Yeah. And he's got a block shot. I mean, I think the rebounds and also his shooting percentages is like 47%, which is fine if you're not a center.
Right.
So he's hopefully gets better. John writes.
Oh, so I found it. Tuesday, every Tuesday the rankings go up. I had Lance Thomas 10th, moving up from 14th. And I wrote Lance Thomas had 2 good games, but I can't put him higher than this because I still think he's not good, and the Spurs game is what we should expect going forward.
That wasn't even that mean, Jay.
No, the first week was very mean.
That was you pulled up the less mean comment. You said you shouldn't read he shouldn't read the ranking because they're really mean about him, and then you pulled up the less mean comment.
Quiet. Go to the next question.
Okay, John writes, so the microphone's been fine the whole time now.
Yeah. It's your internet connection. You got to move.
Okay, John writes, this has quickly become, why should I move on this part of the show? People can actually hear me. John writes, this is quickly becoming an emergency. How fast do we have to get rid of Jose Calderon?
So many anti-Calderon questions.
Honestly, we may be 4-1 if it were one for him. It's not just being a liability in defense anymore. Besides ushering people to the rim and getting our bigs in foul trouble, he's not making shots. That's the other thing people that's not pointed out enough is our bigs are getting in foul trouble because guys are running at them at like 100 miles per hour.
Yeah, they're blaming it on the big guys.
He's not making shots, and his passes are predictable and often stolen, and that stupid pump fake is embarrassing. He needs to go to the bench, but off the team ASAP. He needs to go not to the bench, but off the team ASAP. Yeah. Remember we used to get mad at Amar because he only contributed on offense?
Yeah.
Now we have Calderon who only contributes in theory. Nils writes, who is on your all-NBA team, cool beard team, top 5 guys? Harry writes, how are the other...
You don't want to do the top 5 beards?
How about we do the top 2 beards on our show? Jay, who would be number 1? Who can grow the better beard, me or you?
Definitely me.
I'll concede already. Harry,
I had a top 5 beards.
Fine. You did this question?
I did. I made a top 5.
You did. So my top 5, what's like how to fix the Knicks? You didn't do. You did this top 5.
I did.
Okay. Harry writes, how are the other rookies? Tell me your top 5.
Miles Plumlee, Nikola Pekovic, Nikola Miratek. Apparently, guys with Nikola have awesome beards. Miratek. Then you have Kylo Quinn. I know you're riveted, right? This is your favorite bit we've ever done on the show. And then Jonas Valanciunas. I don't have Harden on there because I think his beard is stupid looking.
Can you? Should I wake up now? By the way, have you seen Shumpert's latest hairdo?
No, I heard it's stupid though.
It's like he loses a bet every season. By the way, they were talking about Cleveland. They're like, Cleveland is all banged up and against the Knicks. And I'm like, we're banged up too. Don't act like we're not banged up, okay? We're missing our starting guard. And when you're missing, I get you're missing Kyrie Irving, but you're missing JR and Shumpert. I don't know if that's really like you're missing anyone.
Right.
Okay. Harry writes, do you want to do a top 5 all mustaches, Jay?
Isn't it just LeBron and Love that have mustaches?
Might be. They do like it's like the mustache alone.
No, Mo Williams had one too. There's something going on in Cleveland.
Yeah, no, I'm assuming this is their thing now. Let's make the mustache cool.
Yeah.
Let's like, hey, you know what'd be cooler than having a beard? Looking like a child rapist. Okay. Harry writes, how are the other rookies in Kristaps' draft class doing? Harry writes, Porzingis is looking good. I told Jay, but Jay, no, I don't like him. Who is this guy? I told you, Jay, Porzingis would be a good pick. Harry writes, Galloway is the truth, Mark. Let him get some of your wife's hot wife girl booty. He deserves him. Sure, if you get Galloway on the show, he'll have my wife's booty. Harry writes, yes, we can all get a bat and beat the crap out of Calderon. Grant writes, I think we all need to pray to the basketball gods after that game. Mark said that Jay jinxed us with the basketball gods. What can Jay do to appease them? Jay?
How did I jinx?
I don't remember. You probably did, though.
Probably, yeah.
Not a lot of talk about Grant, though. Everyone's talking about how bad Calderon is. Not that everyone's ripping on him. I just thought there'd be more talk about how excited people are about Grant. I know everyone's excited about Porzingis.
That's been a steal of a draft pick so far.
Yeah, that's looking pretty good.
We didn't even mention Grant. Grant would probably be, 7th in the rookie rankings? I might even put him ahead of Russell, D'Angelo Russell.
I wouldn't go that far. Let's look at his stats. I just want to see after 5 games. I mean, he hasn't been that great. I mean, he's been bad. He hasn't been bad. But
he's leading the team in assists, although having less than 4 assists a game and leading the team is really pathetic.
He doesn't really lead the team, does he?
Yes, 3.8. He leads the team.
Holy shit. He's averaging 8 points a game. I mean, he's doing fine. He's not. He's doing fine.
Actually, he didn't get a lot of assists last game. Now Melo is leading the team in assists with 3.6.
Melo leads your team in assists. The rest of the team should pass the ball more.
3.6. That is unbelievably bad.
Well, we have Jose Calderon. He's goddamn the worst. I'm going to pull up Jose Calderon's stats because I'm becoming the new stat guy because Jay never remembers to get any of these guys.
No, I told him to call in and he didn't call in. This one's not.
Yeah, no, it's on you, Jay. Okay, so what the hell did I pull? I pulled up his. I think I pulled up like his personal site. I meant to pull up his ESPN stats. Okay, so he's averaging. Okay, so I'm going to give you the number, and you can guess what stat this is for. 4.14.
Well, I know it's not assists because I just read that it's 3.6. 4.14 is rebounds?
Per our favorite stat, PER.
The league average is 15.
Yes. His points per game are 4.6, which is really helpful for a guy playing over 20 minutes a game.
Mm-hmm.
He is shooting 28% from the field, and that's rounding up. And he is the thing is, when we traded for him, let's just see the year he was coming off of. Not saying like that. I'm not like he came off of averaging his last year with Dallas. He averaged about 11 points a game. He shot about 45% from the floor, and had about 4.5 assists a game. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. How is he this bad 2 years later?
People sometimes just drop off of a cliff. It happens. It's weird, but you know.
I mean, he's getting older. I know it's only 5 games. He was pretty bad and he doesn't play. He doesn't play any defense, so he's only out there for his offense. That's the worst part.
Expired Milk writes, "What happened to Timmy Jr.? He hasn't played an NBA game yet." I don't even think he's injured. I think he just sucks.
Yeah, I did the Atlanta game. They were just saying like, "Hey, we've got a lot of good, a lot of good wing players, and we'll get him out there." Great. Why did they even trade for him if they weren't going to play him?
I don't know.
I mean, that was just like, "Hey, guys, you think we could write this off as charity?" I don't know. Maybe they just didn't want to take on the. I have no idea. It doesn't make any sense. They said though in the Hawks game that they thought he'd be. They do think he'll be good. I don't know. But I guess you have to say that. You can't say, "Hey, we already regret this trade. He's terrible."
It's our shooting guard that shot under 39% last year.
Yes. Why can't we ever have a shooting guard that can shoot?
Never.
Rosario writes, "Guys, will we hear the Clapton song this season?"
I hope not.
Yeah. Rosario writes, "We almost heard it based on the Porzingis injury."
Yeah.
Rosario writes, "Guys, have you heard of the new internet viral challenge? Run the Gauntlet. You guys should do it and post it on YouTube. That is how you go viral by staying current. I guys have a video stream element. Use it. Get out your comfort zone." Well, sorry, Rosario. Based on my internet connection, we'll never do this. Run the Gauntlet.
I don't know what that is.
I'm going to find out. I am not current, and we rely on people like Rosario to keep us not current.
It sounds like something
most viral. So Run the Gauntlet, the most viral, puke-inducing, hard-to-watch videos on the internet. Running the Gauntlet is a test to see if you can stomach the depth of the internet. The site is not safe for work. It contains adult-related content. You must be legal age in your country. Prepare yourself. I don't know if I really want to click on this link.
No, don't.
I'm going to go to Wikipedia instead and find out what the hell it is.
It's a bunch of terrible videos, and to get to the next video, you have to fully watch the first one.
Well, that's why I'm going to Wikipedia.
The very first video is 2 chicks arm wrestling and one of their arms break, and you can't get to the next video until you watch it.
Why did you click on it?
I didn't watch the video. I just clicked. All right, go ahead. Let's go.
Okay, whatever. That sounds awful. Rosera writes, I would be open to trading Carmelo, although I doubt he will ever be traded. Carmelo is here to stay forever.
Yep.
Rosera writes, why do you neglect your other show, Brink? Jay?
We missed 1 week after about 3 months. I don't think that's neglect.
You know what? During the next season, we do less Brink. I don't know what to tell you. That's pretty much the answer, right?
Well, I mean, the answer was we were both really busy last weekend, so we couldn't.
Yeah, we'll do more. We will do more going forward. Next week there might be an episode.
We're not going to neglect it like we did last season. I'll tell you that.
We are not going to treat it like my children. We're not going to neglect it. Rosera writes, do you guys buy anything for Black Friday?
Well,
why are we getting this question now? Thanksgiving's not for weeks.
Well, because they released all the deals.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah, they released an awesome Xbox One deal, and I bought it. And then a week later, they announced a even better one. So thank you for that.
Okay. Any other good deals? Like, well, how much better was the deal? Oh, forget this. I don't care.
Okay, let's just.
William writes, ha 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 ha. The mental patient comment was the funniest I've heard in a while. LMAO.
I don't remember what it was, but
okay. William writes, how is Mark? We're almost done. How is Mark an NBA fan if he's a racist? William writes, I would never even trade for Rose. Hell to the gnaw, That injury prone, no would ever entertain that. I would have to listen to Mark's stupid, annoying black penis in his mouth impressions. No way, Jose. George writes, I mean, the entire purpose of that trade would just to be get out of the Melo contract faster, right?
Yes, I love how you ignored the second half of that question.
There's a second half?
Yeah, about a black penis in your mouth.
I thought I said that.
No, but I mean, then you just address you just go right back into basketball talk.
I'm sorry. Let's analyze the black penis in my mouth. Great.
I think those.
I'm sorry. I'm William. I'm sorry. I didn't give more attention to your black penis. Is it a veiny black penis? Is it a big one or is it a small one? Tell me, please.
I think we've run the gauntlet on the racial jokes. I think.
Okay. George writes, "What is the key?" I thought if we give less attention to them, they'll stop. Okay.
Yeah. Apparently, that's not true.
They're slowing down. There were no dildos in our questions this week.
Oh. Okay.
What were there?
No, you just brought it up, so now they might start again.
Okay. George writes, what is the key ingredients in this team getting better to win more games?
Less minutes for Calderon?
Yeah. Harry writes, I'm telling you this guy, Fisher, is an effing idiot, a rookie coach. Why did we expect more of him? And F you, Calderon. You know what I've noticed is that most people that ask multiple questions, all their questions are grouped together. Harry goes back and writes questions throughout the entire day.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was all I noticed. Okay, what did we learn today, Jay?
We learned that Mark has a terrible internet connection.
Always, forever.
We also learned that Calderon should not be in the NBA.
Yes. Yes, he should definitely not be in the NBA.
We learned that Grant should be starting.
Yes, that is true too.
We learned that we each made top fives and they were different.
Very different, as if we went on different topics. Anything else we learned today, Jay?
No, we learned nothing else.
I'm going to test this out with you. The show's over.
You know what we're about to learn?
What?
Next week is the Knicks meetup.
Why do we wait till the end of the show when no one's listening anymore to talk about this?
Because we're dumb and we're bad at promotion and we're the worst.
We are the worst. If anyone knows how to market something, can you show us how to market our show?
Yeah, so Knicks meetup at the Playwright on 35th Street, Friday the 13th at 7 p.m. We will be watching the Knicks rematch the Cavs.
I dare you to come. I double dog dare you to come. How many people are going to show up, Jay? 300? 300 people. This is going to be amazing. So I'm going to say this. If you don't go, there were 8,000 people there. Mm-hmm. And they had to shut down the bar. If you do go, I don't know if everyone's going to be here eventually.
And if at least two out of three of Rosero, William, and Harry don't show up, I'm going to be convinced they're the same person.
Okay. So I'm going to try video again with you just right now while we're doing the show.
Good.
Okay. Just tell me if does this mess up it?
Okay.
I'll talk to you for a few more minutes.
Yeah,
okay.
it's already getting fuzzy.
It's already fuzzy?
Yeah, it's already fuzzy.
Okay, fine. Forget it. I'm going to turn the video off. Okay. How's it now?
Better.
Okay, let's go turn video off. Okay. Well, I'm done with video.
You got to plug in your internet. That's the last test.
I just did.
That was with the wire plugged in?
That was with the wire, yes.
How'd you plug in the wire and not disconnect for a second?
What do you mean? Why do you have to disconnect for a second?
Oh, yeah, because I don't know anything about computers. Never mind.
Yeah. So I'm just not going to do video.
Yeah, but when you plugged it in, did you tell it to look for that, or was it still?
Oh, I don't know how to tell it to do anything.
Yeah, it was probably still connected wirelessly, even though you wired it. You got to tell it.
Okay. I'll
you got
the
to
wire
tell it
now.
not to
Why
go
you
in
end the
Bluetooth
show so we
mode.
just don't keep this going for people?
We'll just bicker about your stupid internet for the next.
Okay. I've connected. Now what do I need to do, Jay?
You have to turn Bluetooth off so that it's not like looking for your remote settings.
I don't even know how to do that.
Well, the Harlem Savage writes the 13th is his birthday. Well, happy birthday. What better way to celebrate it than watching Marc and Jay get drunk while watching the Knicks?
Yeah. That will be an awesome way to spend your birthday.
Best birthday ever.
Best birthday. We will do, if you show up, we will do a shot with you. I don't even know how to turn Bluetooth off. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think I know how to turn this off. I'll probably lose you right now.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. It's all over. Goodbye. It's time to go. This is the end. Say goodbye. You better go away. I'm gonna leave you. It's the end. Goodbye. Goodbye. Just leave me alone. Feels so good to say goodbye. I'm sick and tired and I'm saying goodbye. Goodbye, girl. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Everybody.
There is more to me, Queen Eliara of Elfgard, than my elven magic. Just as there's more to Geico than saving you money, Geico also gives you 24/7 access to licensed agents online, on the phone, or on the Geico app. And while I am a mighty elf queen, I am also a mighty big fan of barbecue potato chips. Minions! More smoky mesquite.
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.